All right, ladies, let's get this party started. So I want to jump right into it. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate you also coming on a Tuesday. I wanted to make sure that we did talk and that we didn't go 4 weeks without talking because that's super lame. So with that being said, I want to talk about, it is May 30th. Holy stinking crap. We literally have 2 days until the end of the month. So I want to talk about it. Diana, thank you for taking, I love seeing beautiful faces. Aaron Boyer, I love it. Love that you're here. So I want to hear, okay, and I want everybody to be involved in this conversation. Okay. I want everybody to engage on what they are doing this month that has made it a great month. So we're going to go around round table here. I'm going to start with Vic because she is to my left. And literally, I want to hear what is working great for your team. I want to hear the excitement. I want to hear the energy because literally we have 2 days to make it the end of an incredible month. And then we're progressing and moving forward into June. Once again, Summit is not far away. So I know, right? Holy crap. We all get to sweat together. All you humidity already people, it's just crazy to me. But I know Vicky's like, I don't know about that. So literally, let's start with that. Vic, what has been going so well for you in the month of May? Go.
So me and my team have actually been moving forward with taking ourselves out of the equation. And this is something that I found that so many of my coaches focus on is, but I need to make Success Club. I need to hit Emerald. I need to hit Diamond. I need. And at the beginning of this month, I started hearing everyone like, I need the invitation to the party. I need the invitation to the party. And I'm like, you know what? None of you are going to make Success Club if that's the mindset that you're going in. And so like I talked to Brittany last week and, you know, like this year, and I said on our first call that we had together, I said, you know, I'm taking elite out of the equation for me. Like I'm taking that out of the equation, elite points, none of that matters to me. Success Club does not matter to me. And we went full force into this month, well, the past few months with this. And right now I'm sitting at Success Club 40, which is the second biggest amount that I've ever made in 5 years of coaching. I have more coaches on the board with Success Club than I've ever had because we've completely taken ourselves out of the equation. And I'm not like highlighting Success Club. I'm not highlighting that. I'm highlighting actions on our team page. And I think that's what's drawn them to get more excited. And coaches that are like, you know, kind of sitting on the fence or being hobby coaches or whatever, they're like, wow, those actions are actually simple that I could duplicate. And so they're going ahead and they're reaching out to people and they're connecting because I think when we focus so much on the numbers at hand or these gold shiny objects or whatever, people think it takes complication to get there, right? Or there's a secret sauce you have to do, or you have to spend hours on end bending over backwards to do it. But what they don't understand is that these tasks are so simple. And all we got to do is take ourselves out of the equation. And once you do, first off, you stop taking no so freaking personal, which everyone does. And when they take it personal, they stop reaching out to other people. So if you take yourself out of the equation, you hear no and you're like, okay, girl, I'll talk to you soon. And then you move on and you keep going and you keep going. And that's what we've all been doing. And it's been freaking fantastic.
I love that. Tulin did ask, do you have a couple of examples of the actions that you and tasks that you're highlighting? So Success Club, what is it that you're highlighting?
Yeah, so I'm highlighting anytime that they share their story. I'm highlighting when they do recognition. Because that is huge. One of the things that Kim Carver said when I went to the 4 vital behaviors is he asked why recognition is so huge. And people push harder when they're recognized, not just coaches, but challengers themselves. And then like, I love this thing I started doing is highlighting a challenger of the week in your challenge group. And it's for not people losing the most weight or whatever, because, you know, everybody's different. Everyone, you know, loses differently and whatever. Not everyone wants to lose weight either, but it's how encouraging they are in the team or in the group and how accountable they are in the group. And so you're highlighting them and you teach your coaches to highlight them. And it makes everyone like more excited to be a challenger. Does that make sense? And so they're encouraging and supporting each other, which you're framing them as coaches anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so you recognize when you do recognition and then sharing their story, because I think those are two huge things that people fall back on doing because people are scared of being vulnerable for putting themselves out there because they're afraid to be seen. Mm-hmm. And so I really make that a huge deal in our team page of being vulnerable, putting yourself out there, because you can invite all day long, but if people don't know who you are, you're not going to connect with them.
Amen. I love that. Thank you so much. And I mean, when we jumped on a call, I loved this because the reason why she said, okay, I'm taking a lead out of the equation, all that. The problem is that we're focusing so hard on that end result and we're not focusing on the journey. So we're focusing on the outcome. She even said this with her personal life, like in a relationship, same thing I do. It's like, I'm focusing on that outcome. Like, what is this going to amount to, rather than just enjoying the journey and allowing it to progress and build and grow from there. And so it takes out the hesitations. It takes out the worries. It allows you to be authentically you in that moment. So I love that. So thank you so much for sharing. It was a great one. Okay, Julian, what about you, girl?
Oh, shoot. Okay, so for me, it's, being in Carl's group has been really, really cool because it really showed me that I was staying in my average. And if you guys are in that Carl's group, then you've heard me kind of talk about this, where I'm like, wow, okay, great. So you average 100 SC points a month, but that means you figure out how to kind of stay there. That's become my new status quo. And so I've implemented some of the things in there that have been really, really helpful. But what I found out was that I had found my new comfort level, and I'm really committed to helping people be able to make change. One of the things that is always really hard for me, that kind of gets under my skin, and not in a mean way, is when people go, wow, oh, that's unbelievable. Oh, I can't believe that. Or, that's whatever it is. And they want to celebrate that, but they want to make it seem like it's a unicorn situation. And it's not. Like, my 100 SC points is going to be somebody else's 50, 60, 20, 10, whatever that is. And so that mindset and that comparison thing happened, and I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't share this. I'm like, no, you're in here because all of us should be pushing to a new level. And so for me, I found out that I have a gift of helping people, and I have a gift of being able to give them a kick-ass challenge group and doing some things that Vicky, I've gotten more into the recognition, things like that. But I love the tips that you just gave, but really realizing that I very much focus on inbounding people to my inbox, and that I wasn't reaching out to people. And then I started reaching out to people cold, and realized that they were just waiting for an invitation because they just couldn't get over that hump to get back in touch with me. So here's what I'm realizing is that my personal business is going to double by doing that, which means a new average for me. And that's great. I'm committed to helping as many people as I possibly can, while at the same time helping my coaches be able to continue to build their business. I very much believe in taking yourself out of the equation, but I also have this mindset of this idea that SC5 is so daunting. This idea of only helping 3 people, is so mind-blowing. So what I did was I put that, and again, such great reminders in that Carl group. Amy, I think it's Amy Prost. Is that her last name? She posted the gems thing, the Danny Johnson gems thing. I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. So I put it as a file into my Facebook group. Well, here's what I realized. No wonder I am surrounded by emeralds and pearls and emeralds, one way or the other. And I went, okay. And then when I read that over, they're like, okay, so they're looking at me going, this chick is like a beast, and I just want to help people. And they can't understand that my whole thing is actually freaking helping people. And just because I get high SC points doesn't mean that they get less of me, or I'm a sausage factory. I have a gift of helping people, and it's wrong of me to turn my back on that, or to feel any kind of guilt or any other way about the fact that I happen to get higher SC. So I really push that aside. And so I'm like, okay, well, now it's going to happen. So what can I do? And so when I started looking at my team and really having a better understanding of my team, I went, everything has to revolve. That's why I asked Vicky those questions. Everything has to revolve about that soul. And even though that's the direction I come from, it doesn't matter that I say that all people see are the high SC points, because they've never been there. And so they assume that you can't be giving and wanting to care on and love on people to the highest degree and get high SC. They think it's mutually exclusive, and it's not. I mean, so anyways, having a better understanding of my team was really, 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 really key.
I love that. I love it. Thank you, Tulin, so much for sharing. And I love the fact that you reiterated, because yes, I mean, that group is really pushing people out of their comfort zone. But I will tell you this, every conversation that I've had with my coaches is like, it has been a comparison game, but it's like, okay, what was your set goal? Are you pushing further towards that, towards that goal? And are you doing a better job at are you not stopping? I think that's the biggest thing. And so just a reminder, what did they set up their goal for? Not comparing it to a Tulin, to a Vicky, somebody that has that higher SC. No, if this is the first time that they hit SC 10 by the 10th, stop and celebrate it, and then continue to progress and move forward. So thank you for reiterating that, because every coach's business is going to be different when it comes to it.
And the thing is the comparison game not only robs you, but it robs the other person.
Yes.
It robs the other person. So we need to remember that, I had a time where hitting SC5 was a big deal, and then hitting SC10 was a big deal. I'll never forget when I hit SC20. Like, we forget that. And so we get into this comparison game. We are intentionally pulling the plug on our own greatness because somehow we think that's the better way. And it's not. And Brittany will tell you, I may get high SC, but it is like molasses trying to get people to get to diamonds and to get them to grow. I have 4 people on the verge of diamond, et cetera, et cetera. So everybody has their challenge, but it's not on the size at all. It's what you do with it, y'all. We know that.
Hey, what's the...
Tulin, you're freaking awesome.
What's the girl who just hit like SC 400 or whatever?
Yeah.
Ashley Molstead.
I looked at Ashley Molstead and I went, crap, I could be helping more people. That's what that showed me. I could do more. Anyways, I'm going to shut it now. Bye.
I love it. And you're about to break me. Ashley, no cry. No cry.
It's terrible. I'm not even a crier. Thanks, Trulin.
She was like, what did I do wrong?
Why cry?
She just summoned up some fire there for me. Thank you.
I love it. Love it, love it. Andy, what about you, girlfriend? Thanks to him for sharing.
Hey guys, so I've been doing the comparison thing way too much lately. So Tulin, thank you. I just love how you put all of that. One thing that I've been having a hard time with is just getting people to want to do this with me, as I'm sure you all feel that, and focusing on, I have 3 really rock solid diamonds, and I'm so grateful for that and so thankful for that. And they've been having a really hard time getting people to want to do. So I've been carrying around this weight on my shoulders. Like, I'm having a hard time finding more people that want to do this with me. And now I'm carrying this weight of wanting other people to do it with you guys too. And so I've just been trying to rally around them and help them to just see the bigger picture and, keep pushing and going and finding those people and knowing that we're doing the right actions to attract the right people. It just takes time, and not everybody's going to want to do this with us on the level that the 4 of us do. So that's been a big challenge for me lately. But I feel like every time I get to this point of just so frustrated with it all, I don't know if you guys can relate to this, I have what I consider like a God moment. Like, God put somebody in my life to remind me that I'm doing exactly what I need to be doing. I don't pull big numbers. I'm not in the SC 100 club. I'm not in the recruit 50 people a month club. But I do meet my own personal goals, and I'm proud of that. And Tulin, thank you for challenging me on that, because I am in my comfort zone with that, and I'm going to push harder in June because of what you said. So thank you. But what I realized is the people one in particular who I'm so excited about, that followed me for a long time, she told me, and is now on my team and ready to kill it. She's watched all of my training videos. She knows more about my training website than I even do. She's that person. And it's taken me over a year to find another one of those people. But that one person, even though it's not 50, that one person means so much to me. And I feel like it's worth the, 5-ish coaches I recruit every month that haven't done anything, to find that one rock star who gets it, and she's like me, and it's just crazy. And so I don't have any huge top tips for you guys today. I come on these calls, I say every time, and just sitting here worrying about when it's my turn, and like, I'm not gonna have anything mind-blowing to say, because you guys are just phenomenal in my book. But what I will say is, if you can relate to that, keep doing what you're doing, because that one person who gets it, who sticks, she's only been a coach a month, hit SC10, hit Emerald, pushing for Diamond by Summit, bought a ticket to Summit. She's going to room with me. She doesn't know anybody. It's worth all the no's, all the coaches who quit, all the coaches who say they're going to do something and never take any action at all. And I constantly just have this mindset that I am here, I'm a lifer, and I'm willing to pour so much time and energy into every single person who says yes on my team. So to find that person who says yes and does it it just relit my fire and reminded me that it's not always about the masses. That one person, her life is already changed in 1 month. And so I hope that helps.
No, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And so, every coach goes through that. And I love the fact that you said it is definitely quality over quantity. So that was beyond valuable. You always bring great value, so don't ever think less of that. And thank you for sharing. Okay. Thank you, Andy. Whitney, what about you, honey?
Mute myself. Hi. So last month I implemented we called it what was the name? Well, it's hashtag I am rad, because my team is rad, rise above dynasty. And so we always talk about how we're all rad. And so they had to, every time they got a success club, every 2 points they had to post a picture of themselves with how many points they have on their hands. But the biggest point part was, and it was one thread that I wanted to try to keep in the top of our team. My team is extremely active. So it's a lot of times when I post things, it just like goes away. Unless I pin it. So this, I was like, let's see if we can keep this on the top. And I wanted to focus not on the points, but what the points meant. Because we always talk about, helping people, but I'm like, I want it to be bigger. I want to know. And for me, when I did this, I thought it'd be fun for them because they're competitive. I have a super competitive bunch, but I did it thinking, oh, this will be fun. They can compete, whatever. So what I did is I just, there was a prize, and I said what I wanted them to do was put the picture with their hands and write what that person means to them, what coaching means to them. And then they had to hashtag it with I am rad. And I think I got more out of it because I was learning things about people that I had no clue about. I mean, a lot of my downline, not necessarily PS coaches, but I mean, every time I read one, it like brings me to tears. There were just 2 more this morning that I read before I even got out of bed. And I was like floored with their reasons or their meanings or how they knew the person they just helped. Or like Andy had just said, somebody that maybe has been watching them forever and it just meant like the most to them. And everybody loves reading those, and they're so supportive of each other. And it's really, really making the community like so huge. And then like if they've been talking about a challenger or somebody, and then that person signs up a coach and they do like a welcome coach announcement, everybody knows who this person is because they've been talking about it in the team. And it's like, everybody's in tears, and it's just been really cool. And it's been helping them. I think it's probably the competitive part in there too, but it's also been helping them hit Success Club. I mean, I had more people last month that had never hit Success Club that hit it. We had more on our team that I've ever had in almost 4 years of coaching hit Success Club. And this month I think is going to be similar. I don't know if it's going to be as big as April, but I don't care. Like it's just been a really good, and they love it. They were like, I wasn't going to do it again in May because I tried to change things up, and people are like, where's it at? I don't care if there's a prize. Like, so, it's just been a really good, like bonding thing that I think is awesome. And just to kind of remember, to share your story and remember what it's behind, and everybody's reasons for coaching are different and they all matter. So it's been working really well for us.
I love that. I love the fact that you didn't pin it. And so you're trying to keep it obviously at the top. So that creates the momentum and the stride that like they need to get it. But more importantly, I love the fact of what you said, the bonding in the community that is bringing it together. So good job, girlfriend. That's a nice hashtag. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks.
You're welcome. What about you, Melissa? Here, I'll unmute you. You're unmuted.
Okay, awesome. So this month has been, so there's the call group. I'm also in a fearless recruiting group with Christina Delgado and Elizabeth Hartkey, and they just have been like amazing. And the tips and the things that have been shared have been like golds of nuggets. But what I've been taking back to my team is nothing that's being shared in these groups, because a lot of them aren't in this group, so I'll take it and I'll try to share that. Nothing is different than what we already know. You know what I mean? Nothing is different than what you're already capable. And I think so many people are stuck in that comparison game. And I can remember staying there, and I can remember putting myself there. But what I've really been working with my team on is building an unbreakable mindset, because that's what's helped me build this business, right? It's been able to bust through my bullshit stories and be able to go out and help people and being authentic. And so one of the things that I did for my free group is, and this will go on forever now, for those of you that don't know, I'm getting ready to go into my 8th month of sobriety, and I really feel like God has placed this in my life because I can share it and I can help with people. As someone who's struggled with addiction since she was 15 years old, there's people out there like me who feel broken, who feel desperate. And honestly, when I say that Beachbody has changed my life and has saved my life, it's because it has. Because it's opened up this door of community to people that get it and who say, oh, me too. and then another door of people who are knocking and saying, I need this change. And so I'm sharing all of that with my team, is just sharing that that authentic mess and turning it into a message and really helping my team share their story. I was asked to be a speaker on a call in June, and I said, what do you want me to speak on? And it opened my eyes that sharing my story is my gift. And so that's what I'm really helping people, because I don't know about you guys, but so many people come into this business and they're like, well, I don't have a story, I have to wait till I have a transformation. It's like, bullshit. You were born 30 years ago. That's when your story started. Like, and they're like, some people are like, oh, I'm not a mom, I can't relate to that. Awesome. There's tons of people in this business who aren't moms. So it's like helping people identify those things. And like Tulin said, talking about the gym test, that's something I incorporated into my personally sponsored team page and my downline page, because I think it's so important for us to learn and grow together. And so many of us learn differently. Like somebody who's red and driven is just going to go is going to be somebody who's different and is a white or pearl and needs that structure and needs, point A to point B to point C, and you connect the dots. And I'm not like that. So it's like learning how to help those people and go there. I also had the privilege of attending the Entree Leadership in Florida last week, which was like mind-blowing. I went in with very little expectations. When I went to Tony Robbins, I had huge expectations. When I went to Entree Leadership, it was completely different. And if you guys have an opportunity to get to San Antonio next year, go, because there was so much content that was amazing to help your leadership skills. And one of the things that was really cool, it wasn't even from the presenters, because there was like John Maxwell, there was Simon Sinek, there was all these amazing business leaders, but Melanie Mitro was with us, and we got to sit across from her every day, and she was just sharing these nuggets of gold. And so something I'm implementing starting in June is taking my 15-day training and putting it into a 7-day quick start. And I think Tulin had talked about this before. She doesn't hold people's hands. She is presenting an opportunity for people to excel. And so I think that's where I have to pull back, because I want to hold everyone's hand and I want to walk them through it, because I want them to be successful so freaking bad, and it's draining me. And they're saying, oh, well, it's so easy for you. You've been doing this. Where it's bullshit. I have 3 kids at home. I have a downline of 1,000 people that are counting on me to show up. And then I have 15 people who are giving me the same excuse every single day. So instead of making another group for June where I take them through 15 days of training and hope that they show up and tag them and maybe they didn't see it, I'm going to create an album in my team page, and it's going to be set at 7-day quick start. And it's going to be very similar to what the first 30 is. And I'm going to walk them through that. And really helping them just understand that when you say it's hard to hit Success Club, it's going to be hard for you. At the end of the day, what you're telling yourself is what's going to become a reality. I don't get up every day and say, man, it's going to be hard to change someone's life. I wake up with the determined and the fire in my belly that I know that I have the tools and the resources and the gift to share this opportunity with somebody else. Because if I don't, I am not serving people the way that I'm intended to. And so it's really using that language. And I use very strong language to make sure that people understand it's not hard. It's only hard if you say it is. You can hit Success Club. It's easy to help people. You just have to open your heart to that. And it does start with yourself. So that's really where I'm at. One of the ideas that came up while we were talking about this is I've been doing the show your numbers for how many people you've helped this month as well the last 2 months. But I think I'm going to switch that, and I'm going to encourage people to get them outside of their comfort zone to go live and share their story live in our team page that primes them for going live on their personal page, and talking about what needs to change. Because so many of us say, oh, well, I just want to pay for my Shakeology. Well, that's bullshit. Because I needed a change in my life, and it was up to me to figure out what needed to change. I had to get home to my kids. I was desperate because I was sick and tired of sending my kids to someone else to be raised. I was sick of it. And that was my why. And it's really helping those people get that gut check and saying, no, what really needs to change in your life? I have a woman on my team right now who's battling cancer, and her husband beats the crap out of her. She needs to get the hell out of that relationship. So my goal right now is to build her confidence so that she's strong enough to walk away. I don't give a shit if she hits Success Club. You know what I mean? Like, it's just helping people identify those things of the role that they can play, this business can play in their life, because it's such a freaking gift. So that's all. I could go on and on. I'm super passionate about helping people, beyond just, like Vicky had said, beyond just hitting you, right? We want to change people's lives. We want them to be here 5 years from now with us. We want them to have those huge light bulb moments and say, Beachbody changed my life because of this, not because I drank a shake and it gave me energy.
Yeah.
That's a byproduct.
Absolutely. Thank you. I love your passion. I'm so glad, though, that you also brought up entrepreneurship, because I wanted to hear more about that. So thank you so much for sharing. You're amazing. Thank you, Melissa. Erin, what about you, girlfriend?
One thing that I've been doing in my personally sponsored coaches page is doing a daily challenge for my coaches. A lot of them, especially the newer ones or the ones that don't have some, like, she just had a baby and she's trying to get back into the swing of things. She kind of took a break. Just one daily challenge of something that they can do. So it's always nice to have somebody tell you to, today, share your story, because for me, that's one of my hardest things, is to be vulnerable, right? So to tell my coaches, share your story today, and then tomorrow do a recognition, so each morning they know to expect a daily challenge. And whether they do it or not, of course, it's their choice. But if they're looking to grow their business and looking to kind of get out of their comfort zone, these are great ways to kind of push them beyond. And I've had several of my I just started doing it just for fun, and then I missed a few days, and I had like 3 coaches reach out to me. They're like, wait, where are the daily challenges? I was like, oh, you like those? Okay, I'll keep doing them. So it's just nice to have that extra push, I think, when you're feeling stuck, to have just a different idea. So
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. Especially if you're struggling with something, make it a challenge so that it makes you push yourself out of that comfort zone and do it. Love that, Erin. Thank you so much. Ashley, what about you, girlfriend?
I think the universe put me on this call to hear a lot of wake-up calls and bitch slaps because I don't feel I have anything to contribute as such, because I've been on like a soul-searching month, really, I think. Being in Carl's group has just been like therapy for me, I think, and really helped me realize my limiting beliefs, and I've been really tackling them. In saying that, I've been taking everything he's sharing there and I'm translating that into my team page. And I feel like that is definitely resonating with some of the team, because I'm not going to lie, my team flat out is dead. Like, there's just nothing going on. And I'm so willing to take responsibility for that, because really I just stepped off the gas for so long last year with my own excuses and stuff that was going on. And I think they're at the point where I don't even think I can revive them, which is really sad to admit that. But I am doing my best, and I am working with the limiting beliefs right now, and they have been sharing that. I've got them doing the donuts, which I think are a bloody game changer. Like, those donuts are just fantastic. In saying that, I had like an eye-opener yesterday where Carl was sharing he was sharing about, other MLMs and things like that, and all the craziness that's been going on. And I suddenly realized that where I went wrong with my team. And it's because about 2 years ago, I really started leading with the business opportunity. And I don't know why, but I just had this eye opener of, wow, the reason why my team has failed, or I failed them, is because I set them up with unrealistic expectations. Beachbody's never led with the opportunity. They've always led with the product. That's always Beachbody's core mission. It's us or certain coaches, or us as coaches, that decided to lead with the opportunity as such, like letting people know they can make money, blah, blah, blah. And it's not that I've ever done it like that hardcore, but I think with everyone who came into my business, I really sort of led with that angle. And now that they see that maybe it's not progressing as fast as they want, they've just given up. And I've realized, wow, that's where I really went wrong. So I'm doing a major course correct in myself and in my team. And the good thing that's going on this month is that with my challenge group, I'm just all in with them, and they're killing it. My challengers are just doing so bloody amazing, and I'm in there with them with 100% passion. And I can see now that I'm sort of doing this right, that a new generation is being born of challengers in my team. So that's my little personal victory. That's basically all I can share. My accent, yeah. My accent's actually come out stronger since this British thing has happened. It's really funny. It's like I'm going back to who I am, dudes. Thank you.
I love it.
I got to contribute. It's not amazing. It's not eye-opening, but thank you all for sharing your wisdom, because it really is like, oh, thank you.
But it is, and it's amazing what you are doing for you and your team. So don't downplay that, because I promise you it's incredible. And yes,
I was emotional.
And we all want your accent. Love it. Thank you, Ashley. Lauren, what about you, girlfriend?
I'm also in the rebuilding phase, so I totally get it, Andy and Ashley. And I was like, yes, I totally understand. So I'm in the Shift Shop test group. I know a lot of you ladies are in that too. And I think that's been the most transformative group I've been in. I'm also in the Carl group. So I'm kind of just taking bits and pieces from a lot of those groups, but I'm really going all in on my own health and fitness and having like a huge transformation, mind, body, and soul. And I'm trying to just be my best challenger and really work with challengers, because like Ashley was saying, I led with the business for way too long. And I think I want to kind of dial back on that and just share with my team how much a challenge group saved my life, because I started as a challenger, right? So what I'm actually doing this month, I am in the rebuilding phase, but this is what I've been implementing from New Leader Conference, and Melanie Mitchell talked about it. And I'm making a push chat on the 15th of every month with every single person who's had points on the board last month, who's crushing it this month. And I'm also reaching out to everyone one-on-one. And I find that that's way easier than like a team newsletter, because no one opens those or gets them. So I think I need to go back to Campaign Monitor. But what I'm doing is I have like 2 other teams in there with me, some success partners, and we have all of our people, and they're really excited. They're kind of meeting other coaches on different teams, getting different tips from people. And we kind of have like action items. So last month this was really awesome, because I had all of new coaches hitting Success Club or helping a couple people every month join our boot camp. And what I did is I just had like action items on how to set up a Facebook event, how to promote it, how to add like value there, and how to invite based on an event. And then this month, what I did is basically I simplified it, because I felt like it was too much information last month. So all we did is we posted like jabs about our boot camp for 7 days. We did a 7-day transformation in the Success Club chat. And then we invited to a boot camp sneak peek. So kind of like a coach sneak peek, but it's basically just, I posted some recent transformations for my coaches and challengers. And then I like presented what our boot camp was for them in like a cute little iMovie slideshow that I did. And it was a lot easier for them. They didn't feel pressure to invite people to it. I gave them exactly how to do that. And I feel like it just gave them a lot more confidence. And then I also helped them with personal growth along the way too. So it was like just 3-step process. And it's from the 15th to like tomorrow at midnight. And it's with a couple other teams, so I don't feel like I'm doing everything. So that's something that I really like implementing every month now. And that's really what's working for me, that and really focusing on Shift Shop and kicking butt in that group.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're going to move to Diana. I'm going to say real quick, because I want Diana to have her full 3 minutes. But thank you, ladies. Incredible information, incredible. Thank you for showing up today. I am going to put in our message thread, though, our next topic of conversation. So I'm going to put that and just put what ideas you have, okay? But I want to give Diana her full 3 minutes so she can share what's been working great for her. But thank you again, ladies, just in case we do get cut off. Diana, go.
I am like on the same boat as like Andy and Ashley and Lauren, but the 2 things I think for me this month is I always do a chat. It works better for like my leaders who are hitting Success Club, and we have this chat. And a lot of I'm from Guam, and like 85% of my coaches they live on Guam, so the time difference is insane and whatever. And some are in Hawaii, but so this chat helps us like I don't know, we just kind of chat all day long. Like someone hits Success Club, like, oh my gosh, guys, blah, and then we celebrate that in the chat. And that works better than my team page, because I don't know, no one really checks my team page. And so that and free groups, like I'm on Jessica Pasola's team, and we have, you know, a corporate call or whatever for everyone that hits SC. And that's the thing we're talking about is free groups. And I've always been against free groups for like the past 2 years, because I don't know how to run one or whatever. And so, yeah, finally I like got it. And they're like, just run whatever, pick a topic and freaking run with it, and like whatever will add value. So I'm like, okay. And that's totally helped. Especially with my coaches who are scared to invite to a challenge group or whatever. It's so easy to invite to a free group, and everyone, a lot of people say, oh yeah, add me. Yeah, totally cool. And then after the 5 days, we only run it for 5 days, and we give little prizes every day, like a freaking journal or whatever. And but it's been so like great, like to add value to, especially the people that we have invited and they've said no. Just being in the free group, they're more open now. Like, okay, tell me about Beachbody or whatever, So yeah, that's been huge.
I love it, but I love that you're finally trying it because you've heard about it for years, and it's something easy that your coaches can duplicate. So keep running with it. It's one of those things, if it's working for you, now try to do it for the next 90 days. And I promise you will start to pick up these new, this new information, new people that you'll be able to communicate with. So I love that. Thank you, Diana. Thank you for admitting that you've never done, and now you've tried it. I love that. Perfect. Well, I'm going to just sum it up. I appreciate all of you for speaking today. Thank you for jumping on. Like I said, I'm going to just put in there like what our next topic should be. But I really, truly appreciate each of you ladies, and really strong 2 days left. And then, of course, just use this momentum to slingshot you into June. And let's make it a great July as well, because then we'll be at Summit together. Okay? Yay! I love it. Have a great day, ladies. Bye.